Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for tuning back in and listening. Pleasure. I'm your host, Rob G. Thank you for tuning in. Tonight, we're going to be going live, just having an open Tuesday talk. And we got two co-hosts on tonight, and we're going to be talking about everything. So as y'all know right about now, we tell you, like, subscribe to our pages, share this video, and get ready to get in them comments. And if you want to get on the show, we can make that happen too. This open talk Tuesday, we just gonna be kicking back and good open conversation. We're gonna reminisce a little bit about season 1, talk about just good barbershop, beauty salon, family talk. So while you guys are sharing the videos, doing what you do on your Facebook pages and on your YouTube, sharing those links. First up to the stage, we got our man. Well, I want to say this before I go on. Last week, we didn't go live on Tuesday because I had something come up at the last minute. And I know I don't have to go and tell everybody, like, you got to explain. I know that. But I'm just telling y'all, we kicking it, we talking. So just letting you know, we had something come up at the last minute, and I was trying to get on, and the cell phone I had, it won't hit no much, so I was gonna go live from the car. I wasn't gonna do that. But we're here today. We did go live, so if you didn't check it out, we went live Sunday at around 6. We had an episode from wrong. I think I'm saying it right, from wrong to right. So that's on our YouTube, Facebook pages. Go back, check it out. I'll put the link and I'll share it again. Great episode. You can learn something in there. For everybody that got kids, there's a part in there talking about a 504 paperwork. You definitely need to pay attention to that part. I think it's around 1:17 in the video. Don't want to miss that. So without further ado, we're going to welcome to the stage our co-host for the day. Y'all welcome back to the stage. Mike, welcome Mike to the stage.
What up? How you, bro?
What's going on, bro?
I can't call it one day in my dog.
Yeah. Let's say ease up.
How you?
I'm doing good, bro. I can't complain at all, man. Not at all. Just another day on the land of the living, man. What the old folks say. All right. Next up, we got coming to the stage. She said she's doing some things, but she can talk, so her camera might not be on for the night. But we got Toya coming to the stage. Coming to the stage, y'all give it up for Toya.
Hey.
Welcome.
What's going on?
Ain't much. Moving around. So I can talk, but I can't my camera gotta be off for the day.
No doubt. So I think that's you, Mike. You might gotta move the we go back a little bit. I can hear your feedback, but it's all good. Yeah, it's kicking back. While we doing that, I also want to point out I didn't know this when we started. I knew about Mike, but I didn't know Mike have a podcast and he's about to crank his podcast back up. So we want to support him when he get back going. Toya also have a podcast, and she had a podcast. Well, I'm gonna say she got a podcast. So we're gonna love to support her, and we're gonna get her cranked back up Tuesday. What's going on? Y'all talk about y'all podcast when you can. Toya, you go first. Mike doing something about your podcast. What was the name of it?
It was talk with Toya Tuesdays. Pretty much just with the same platform like you have, talking to different people about the importance of life insurance, health insurance, mental health. I bring some people that own businesses so that they can plug in their businesses, whether it was catering, barbershops, etc. So it was pretty much just getting people in tune with what's going on, different services that they can use by minority-owned businesses, just trying to plug everybody. So, get one new customer is a good customer.
Yeah. And listen, so that's crazy because when me and her was talking, it just happened. She said, "Yeah, I have my podcast on Tuesday," and I'm like, "How the fuck? How I missed that? You know what I mean?" So, just crazy. Go ahead, Mike. You talk about your podcast, what you had going on, and Jay, if you watching, man, I always tell you welcome. You see, I told you got her camera off, so if you're working, moving around, or you need to turn your camera off, it's cool, man. You can do that. You even can set a little avatar.
I can go.
Talk for you.
So for me, I'm torn between the name right now. I think I'm gonna go with My Gift is Gab. Talking is what I do, and like it seemed to be that everywhere that I go, as I get acclimated there, people want to talk to me about any and everything, from sports to politics to. So I'm gonna try to talk to everybody about whatever I feel like talking about, when I feel like talking about it, how I feel like talking about it. If you know me, I ain't one of them black people who say that goofy ass shit. I ain't got no filter, cause I don't talk like this in the courtroom or to the police. But man, y'all know I spit it as raw as I possibly can on every occasion. So at the end of the day, you gonna hurt. Like a lot of it gonna be what you think but scared to say. Cause people say if you say this out loud, you supposed to be a bad person if you think this way. Nah, man, like I'm just old school, yo. I don't really know how to sugarcoat the world. The world ain't never been sugarcoated to me, so I don't never really know how to sugarcoat the world. So it's just about speaking my mind on different subjects from day to day, man.
Yeah, no question. So what you say you was thinking about the name gonna be Talking is What I Do or something like that?
My gift is Gab. My gift is Gab.
I like both. I think I like that. Talking is What I Do. I think I like that.
I can go for that. It'll definitely be considered. I got another one too. Pastor Rooks used to always be like, "Hello walls," and I think that always stuck with me. Like, I don't think y'all really hear what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like that always stuck with me.
I swear to God, on everything I love, I was thinking of something like that when I was coming up with mine, but I was just like, it's too churchy. But I was trying to figure out, instead of changing the walls to something else.
Yeah, like whenever, like I've been using that my whole life. Like I've been saying that in different aspects, on different platforms my whole life. Like it's just one of them cool sayings that he had. He had a bunch of them, but it's one of them cool sayings that stuck with me.
Yeah, I definitely go for that. But the church climate, the church things, that's a good one though.
Yeah, I like that.
No, because let me tell you something. You know, we grew up in church, right? And all the time when I tell people that, and they be like, "But you turned out like this and you turned out like that." But man, that stuff put a lot of good stuff in me. I ain't go to prison for my whole life because church gave me a conscience and really pumped right from wrong. And whether you believe in the book or not, a lot of the messages is great. And I believe church made it so I ain't turned a corner and could have made us what a lot of our friends were. You know what I'm saying? Like, just man.
I don't know why people act like because you went to church or because you grew up in this household or because you this. You still listen. You still can make a wrong decision. I forgot how my man Petey said it Sunday. We all 1 second away from making that wrong decision, or I forgot how he said it. He still on, he always hears so I just say it. Somebody, one of y'all feeding that stuff. But
now I'm off my earphone.
Yeah. So I don't know. Might be speakerphone. Let me see. I'm gonna do it one by one. Yeah. So yeah, this is you, Toy.
It's me. I ain't got no noise.
Yeah, it's only when. Well, now it ain't.
Yeah, it's an
But
echo.
every now and then they kick up when one of us talking is feeding back. But you might be on speakerphone or something like that. But right now, it seems like it's all right right now. But outside that, how everything been going in your world, cuz? You been all right?
Yeah, I can't complain. Life is lifing, but you know, like I always say, God is still in control, so we're making moves.
No question, no question. Also, while we on, man, I was hitting cuz up. Yeah, see somebody say echoing. Yeah. I know we're gonna get it fixed. We're gonna get on top of it real quick. She yeah, it's Toy because she just muted her joint. But also, yeah, listen, man, like I said, we ain't going last week. Shout out to my peoples in Cleveland. I appreciate it. We appreciate the love. Hey, listen, man, every week you get some good positive feedback from somewhere. I had somebody here from Minnesota that be watching. So now we get some love from Cleveland. It was actually what happened to us last week. And this show we're gonna work on. I don't know if we're gonna do it next week. We're gonna get with Mike, see if we got time. I love to have Toya on and a couple of other people. So my peoples from Cleveland want to do a show called or topic show, but we're gonna make it a show. What does a man get when he get married? Or what does a man text me to make sure I get it right? I ain't got my phone with me, so it's what a man gets when he get married, or what do a man benefit by getting married?
And listen,
So
I apologize for missing a relationship. The over 40 and dating episode, it hurt my heart to miss that one. You know, that's my talking point. And for our folks in
yeah,
Cleveland, I promise you I won't miss that one. That's gonna be epic. Like cause I think black relationships is the start of why black families ain't what they supposed to be. And it's because
hey man,
black the standards on black relationships these days is goofy as hell. And on both sides. Like it ain't just on one side, it's on both sides. And people goofy. And until we stop playing this facade like everybody is a superhero that deserve a superhero instead of really like looking in the mirror and seeing what relationships are supposed to be. Not what they tell you it's supposed to be, because the people who telling you what they supposed to be ain't even happy. Like how the fuck somebody who ain't happy can tell you what you supposed to have to be happy? But that's a whole nother talk. Like we just like that's definitely a conversation with the what a man get in because today is way different than what it was a bunch of years ago in a lot of different ways, and we need to break those down. We need to break those down. And I say funny shit about that. I say hilarious, like it get hilarious about that.
yeah. So yeah, okay. So he said he said what do a man benefit from getting married?
No, I get that.
Yeah, so
Yeah, that's kind of hilarious to me.
so yeah, that's definitely something I want to talk. I mean, speak on. I think that show could open up dialogue to so much and give some understanding. If we gonna come on and be honest, what we supposed to do. Not a lot of the bias shit, not of the you know the extra stuff going on. My bad, I was getting some texts and somebody was asking about the show. It's all good. But with that being said, man, like I say, open talk. And I was just reading some things while we're speaking on podcasts, man. And once again, Jay, man, I wish you started your podcast on the platform because you have a lot to talk about. We have a lot to talk about, and it's definitely need to go on ears. Bro, if that's the case, we just listen, man. We need to sit down and talk, man. It's that stuff can get out here and be heard. With that being said, I Forgot where I was going with it that fast, bro. Yeah. I was just talking about the podcast, and I was seeing how I read something today. I just get joined this podcast group, and they were just saying how most people don't make it past episode 10 because they feel like they don't have an audience. They don't have no. Most people getting in it for to make money. Just stuff like that. I think now we are on season 2. Season 1 was 8. I think I'll do every one of my seasons 8 episodes. I don't know why I broke it up into seasons. I think when I first talked to the guest we had on previous Serena, she was talking we was going to do it like that. And the goal was to take a break in between the seasons. Like, what there was going to be 8 episodes and take a month and do it like that. But I like talking to the people, so I haven't really taken a break. But yeah, so like I said, 8 episodes, season 1. I think we went live twice without calling the episode, so that made it 10 times. And right now we on episode 8 or so on this one, season 2, and I think we went once or twice without that. So for us, we went past the 10 mark and we moving. It's hard to get the subscribers to YouTube. We ain't getting that, but Facebook, we end up getting some people up over the last week. We went from like 240 to like 440, so we gained up in the last week or two. We gained about 100 to 200 viewers.
So part of the subscriber part of the viewer part, and it's a positive thing and a negative thing at the same time. Like, we ain't searching for viral moments. Like, a lot of podcasts search for viral moments, make a bunch of fake shit just to try to get people to look at them, regardless of if that's how they feel or any of that shit. Like, people search for viral moments. Like, we kind of ain't searching for viral moments. We are who we are. We just doing what we do, if that makes sense. Like, if a viral moment run across us, it'll run across us. But we not every week trying to come up with a super crazy catchphrase or get into arguments for no goddamn reason just for the sake of having people looking at us. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's what I was just about to, I was going to get to. Like, and the main thing, like you said, that we ain't searching for the value. We ain't doing it for the money. This is something we like to do. We want to do it for different reasons. So, those are some of the things I was saying. And, we all got a lot of stuff we got going on, and it's hard. Like, me I'm learning on the fly. Like, I created this little backdrop before. I learned. Listen, the hardest part was, and I learned from somebody the day before we went live, to make the little introduction to the podcast. And at first I was like, it was corny, but after doing season 1, and then when the guests get on and we do our introduction and they come on, and I could see down the bottom, even when everybody ain't on, and I be seeing everybody bob into the little intro. So now when I hear the music, like, because it's still on my phone, so sometimes when I'm playing the tunes and it come across, like, it got this, when you hear that, you don't think of the podcast. Oh, that's Listening Pleasure about to come on. And I was right with my brother one day, and it came across, he was like, oh, that's the show, ain't it? So, little stuff like that.
Yeah, in fact.
And it's beneficial, man. Somehow, and I will say this, we get robbed of our numbers, because I don't know if it's because people ain't clicking on the link or whatever, but I know, like, the next day or so, I be talking to people, and they be like, yeah, I was on last night. And every now and then I look up at the top and I see the numbers, and it's 10 people, 12 people, 20, whatever. I be like, man, there's a whole lot of people saying they was on that I ain't see them numbers up there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fair.
So I just think that's part of the plan. Let me get some of these comments running my mouth. Mike V, what up? That's from Pete. That's from Petey.
What up, Pete?
Tom, yeah. Tom, you in the comments. We can see them. We can read them and read them to you. The only way you can be heard on the show, I did respond to that. When you come up on the show, and they can do it like that, and they can hear you. D said, "What up, cuz?" Guess he talking to Tom, or maybe you, Mike. I don't know. Chef talking about the echoing. Okay, the benefit, but yeah, good question. How is everyone doing mentally? That's a great question that need to be asked daily on the mental aspect. Uh, a lot of people had it. A lot of people going through mental struggles, mental breakdowns, and they had it. And the main thing they say is, "Oh, I'm good." Nah, not really. If you're not good, sometimes you can just vent to a person and that make your day better. So go ahead, cuz. I know you was about to say something. You sound like you was about to say something, Toy.
I don't know if I'm still echoing or not.
And I was only echoing when we talk sometimes. Right now, you good though.
Oh yeah, so like with the black community, I feel like there's a stigma that people are afraid to say they need help because you're going to be talked about. You're going to be laughed
Facts.
at. Ain't nothing wrong with him. He just need to go to church. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. People are ashamed to reach out and say they need help
Yes.
because a lot of older people don't believe in mental health. They believe you just got to go to church, or they're afraid that their family is going to talk about them. It took me a long time to go see a therapist. And it took for me, I was in my 30s when I first went. But when I went, it was like life changing. And now I wish I would miss a day. But that it
Yeah.
takes a lot, it takes a lot for you to realize that you do need help because people think they're stronger than what they really are.
Facts.
So
A
like for
lot.
me, if you know me, you know I ain't even believe in mental health till like 4 years ago. Like I'm talking about didn't even believe. Like for me, it was an excuse for your bad behavior. Period. Like, and it took for somebody to say something to me. It's like one of the most profound statements somebody has ever said to me. Somebody said, "Man, before you can move on, you got to go in the closet with your own demons and make
Mm.
peace or kill them or whatever. But you have to deal with your own demons." And like, man, I went through a year of like it was rough because your best mental health days hurt. Like nobody tell you stuff like that. Like what your realization gonna come to a lot of times gonna be painful, right? But I have a circle that like I know I can talk to without judgment about anything. It changed your life. Like as soon as you know you got people that, regardless of how you feel, like you can talk to and really give them your day or your thought process, and you know they not judging you, they only want to see you get better. It'll change your life because you'll really like fix a lot of your own stuff. Because it ain't no need when it's people that there is no need to be fake or hide nothing or lie to. You will stop lying to yourself,
Yeah.
and it'll fix
Yeah.
your life. And it'll fix your life.
Yeah. First thing first, like you said, Toy said, it's hard for people to get help because soon as something don't go somebody's way, they want to point the finger, talk about it. Soon as they mad at you, they want to do this, that, and the third. And then you got the other part that's just as huge as people in denial. You know what I'm saying? They don't realize they have issues going on. But how can I think something wrong when, as you said, the old folks, this my whole family, this what they think, this what they believe, but they teaching you wrong mental things that break you down. So catch up with some of the comments real quick before I keep going on. Yeah, cuz say you still messed up a little. Yeah, cuz me too, man. It's unreal. Unreal. True. You say your son need help. Yeah, man. I I love cuz I just wonder like what be going through his head sometimes when I see him. He just walk by like you don't know who you is, you don't exist. So and then on to that is true, Toya. Not realizing that God uses people as vessels to help others, including therapists. True. That's true. That's very, very true. It's it's like this with everything with addiction, mental health, and all that. sometimes you really can't help nobody till they want to help themselves. You know what I'm saying?
That's the facts. That's the facts.
You can put all your energy, time, in that until they're ready to help themselves, or till they, you know what I mean? Not saying they ain't gonna go back and do different shit and fuck up. We all mess up, but they gotta want to have change amongst themselves. It's like they say, you know, till that person get tired, ain't nothing you can do. So until that person want to help themselves, sometimes it ain't nothing you can do. I wish when we get I want to do a roll call one day. I just want to see, like you say, then I see people in Minnesota and Cleveland. Like I ain't doing it today because we ain't trying to advertise. But next time we have a show going, I need to get a roll call to see it. We're just gonna do it in the group one day. Roll call to see. That's when we put that post up in the group. Roll call to see where you watching from, where you know what state. See how far we got out. You know what I'm saying? That's just good things. So much social media stuff, man. Still see these planes. Still see these planes going down left and right, man. I just, yeah, I don't know, man. I know I ain't doing no flying. I ain't doing no flying right now. Jumping all around, man. How about this? This something that always could bring, and then don't come on here acting like you on a junkie when you was a kid with it. What were some of your favorite cartoons coming up in your childhood? That should bring back some good memories and fun.
I was a
Oh,
I was a Thundercat. That was my favorite of all time, Thundercats.
No question. No question. I started off, I was He-Man, G.I. Joe. I like the Mighty Mouse, Yogi Bear. It's just so much stuff back then, man. Speedy Gonzalez was a character. I can't even remember what show he was on.
Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
I was a Woody Woodpecker guy.
I used to love all the cartoons. DuckTales.
Thundercats. Yeah, like as it moved forward, like man, I was still watching cartoons. I was in my 20s, man, watching Recess and yeah, like like I was a cartoon, like, and it's kind of crazy because I like cartoons so much when I was young, like all these adult cartoons that people like the South Parks and the Family Guys, I never really could get into them because they were so risque, like they was like kids are not supposed to be watching that. Cartoons is supposed to kind of be geared towards kids. I thought like that's the way it was when we came up, and for a TV show to have a gay homicidal baby on it, and it come on at 4:30 in the afternoon during kid time, like it is kind of crazy that they kept letting that go and go and go, and I kind of couldn't get into a lot of the adult cartoons because of that. Like kids not supposed to be looking at this, and y'all not putting this on at 12 o'clock at night. Y'all putting this on in the middle of the day when parents put cartoons on for their kids to sit down so they can try to cook dinner.
Yeah, and D say all the good cartoons are becoming movies now. Tom said Marine Boy. Definitely the Flintstone Tom and Jerry classic. That's still to this day. Yeah. But yeah, like you said, because I remember, and they ain't half as bad as some of the shit they got out when Beavis and Butthead first came out. That shit came on like 12 o'clock at night, didn't it?
Facts. You can't let kids be looking at this crazy shit.
Yeah. So
and then and then Family Guy took over, and like because the Simpsons, they not as bad. Like the Simpsons is more, I don't know if risque is the word for that, but like Family Guy, the Cleveland Show, Bob's, like all that stuff push the envelope of what like it's kids involved. Kids talk about homosexuality and sex all the time. Like, that's not what I want my kid looking at. Not at 11, 12 years old when they supposed to just be a kid.
Shit, go down to 6 and 5-year-old.
Facts.
Hey, listen, I was talking and now Sheen up here. Y'all remember the cartoon Fraggle Rock, man?
Facts.
Yeah, listen. So I was talking to I forgot who I was talking to, and they was like, never heard of that, never seen that, never. I was like, man.
Fraggle Rock was for if you had a couple dollars and your family had cable.
Yeah, because that was on HBO. Yeah, that was on HBO.
Okay.
That was on HBO. Yeah.
So you might have had that. Yeah, you had to have cable to watch that.
Oh,
you
see,
had
I
to
ain't
pay
know
the
we
cable.
just. Oh,
you
yeah,
had
we
to
just
pay the
watched it
cable
all
man
the
to
time.
come hook your shit up.
I ain't know. My bad. Yeah. Then I was about to say another one I just thought about. See, then I was also huge on the Muppets. You know, the Muppet Babies. You know, the Muppet Show. I grew out of it a little fast, but at one point in time, I was locked in on that joint.
I can go for that.
I used to like
that,
what was the one? Captain Planet.
Oh yeah, I remember that too.
That was
And I was on the Turtles. I was on the Turtles hard.
The cartoon was odd. I think I was more so. Yeah, I was on the cartoon hard, and then they had that wave with the game, the movies. They had a wave. They had a wave.
Facts.
I used to watch.
Who was your favorite turtle? Who was your favorite turtle?
Between Mike and Don.
Facts. Don to play the game with Mike was the coolest nigga.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. Oh yeah, the All Stars. These say the All Stars. Yeah, man. And then there wasn't no cartoon. You know, wrestling had that wave. Like shoot, it's still Joker's 50 still stuck on wrestling. Like they go crazy.
The Hulk Hogan show.
Watch
that's crazy. That's crazy how that worked. That's crazy how that worked. Cause I was about to talk about the Hulk Hogan cartoon, and I'm gonna tell you what it did to my mind, right? Hulk Hogan was one of the biggest liars of our childhood, and we gave that nigga a pass, and I don't like that shit, right? When we was kids, Hulk Hogan used to be like, say your prayers and eat your vitamins, and you could be just as big as me and shit, right? And every kid loved wrestling and thought that man was telling the truth, and then we found out 10 years later that bitch was on steroids. Bitch, I ain't have to pray or eat no vitamins. I could have just took illegal drugs, bitch. That is crazy. That is crazy.
Like,
we let that man just get away with that.
That's like LT telling you hit this rock, and you go out there and get 6 sacks. He ain't gonna tell you that.
But he ain't gotta lie to me and tell me go. He ain't gotta tell me go get in the weight room, bitch. That shit LT had was God given. Just be like, man, play hard. Goddammit. What the fuck?
Yeah, right.
Don't lie to me and tell me I can be like you, knowing I can't. I'm doing all this shit. You just sniff cocaine, so you don't feel no goddamn pain, and then run through people. That's not the same thing.
True, I give you that. Yeah, that was just something totally different. So I'm gonna go from cartoons to like, cause it'd be hard for me to get in TV shows. What were some of your favorite TV shows coming up? Even to even to now. But I want to reminisce on old TV shows.
Well, I still watch Martin every day. If you know me, you know I'm watching Martin every single day. New York Undercover. When we had that like string of black shows like Living Single and Living Color,
Yeah.
that little time right there, that was big. Bill Cosby, Different World. That was
Wrestling
big.
was like a cartoon. Oh yeah, D say Cheers, good show. A Different World, yeah. Way too many to name. Yeah, so many. Hey, listen, I used to like all different types of shows. I don't know what made me start watching. I used to like the guy 10 out of Home Improvement. I used to watch that shit. When I used to come home from school, that was the show that was on the TV, and I used to watch that. The Wonder Years. That was when I was younger, that was my shit. You couldn't get me out of the Wonder Years.
Yeah. Shoot, Jerry
Mm.
Springer. I wanted to go on Jerry Springer. Just on Jerry.
Jerry was epic. Ricky Lake and Jerry Springer. Good show. Let me think of something. Let me think of something different out there.
Shit, y'all naming them all.
TV show.
I mean, these shows ain't on no more. These shows ain't on no more, but they knew her. My two favorite series of all time is Sight and Burn Notice. Yeah, y'all named all the stuff from my childhood for real. Outside of stuff that don't never get no play no more, like Alf and Small Wonder.
Hey, I was just about to say Alf, yo. Alf was my shit.
But as an adult, I kind of it's more like the different type of shows that most people ain't gonna watch at first. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really get into, like, this gonna sound bad, I don't really get into black shows as a grown up. I ain't never watched none of them shits for real. Not the goddamn Tyler Perry soap operas, not the goddamn 50 Cent, none of them shits. Not like like black people swear they don't like drama and shit, but all they want to do is watch black people sell dope and shit. Like, sell dope and shoot shit up. But we want to tell our kids that we not supposed to, goddamn it, that's not the way to live. But that's all we glorify. And I don't watch none of that shit. Like, none of it. Like, I literally have not seen one episode of none of that shit. I saw the first half. I watched the first half of the first episode of Empire and saw two dudes half naked in the bed together. I'm done with that shit. I come from real black people. That ain't supposed to be what I'm looking at 8 o'clock on a goddamn Thursday. Nope, I'm done with that shit. And I might have been the biggest goddamn it fan of that shit before it dropped. And 15 minutes in, it was gay sex happening, and I don't want to watch that shit no more because that's goofy. Nope.
Yeah. Empire. I think Empire. I don't think I made it halfway through a season, but Power. I watched up until Ghost died. I don't know what season that was. When Ghost got killed, even though it started to get real crazy because these jokers could commit. You know, our TV show was a little wild, but you got to make it make sense. They just run around killing, stealing, robbing, selling dope, 100 miles per hour, doing everything, no mask, no nothing, on Broad Street.
And then sitting down at an outside restaurant and eating like ain't nobody coming to do nothing to them. Like, nah, man, I can't live. I can't. That shit cool. That shit cool.
Yeah, that was
And the new Tyler Perry, like 10 years ago, Tyler Perry said the reason he ain't on TV is because they won't let him bring his Jesus. I remember that shit. It was a whole interview on the news. Man, if that man ain't selling pussy on TV now, what the fuck? Did Jesus dude sell pussy on TV? Man, y'all gonna stop playing with me. Black people do anything for some money a little bit. That shit be driving me nuts.
Yeah.
Mike, I just spit my wine all over the table.
The fuck, man? That shit crazy to me.
Yeah, I went to my mom watching some. I guess they got some new soap opera. I was supposed to be a black soap opera. You know, my mom, you can't even call her from. Let me get the time. I think it's 12:30 to 2:30. If it ain't commercial, she gonna fuck you out. She stuck on. She coming back. Yeah, man. So I don't know why we doing that, man. I just thought about something right now. I was typing it in the comments, but shit, I'm moving so slow. So let me ask you this. This is a little different, something to think about. And then after this, we're gonna highlight a business partner, somebody. And to my man, listen, man. Send up prayers for my man. I forgot my man had surgery I'm gonna call when I get off here to make sure. It's been a long time coming. My man finally got that car, getting his kidney. I ain't gonna say his name. He might don't want everybody in his business right now. He got that kidney, but looking for a speedy recovery and get things back to moving better, baby. Oh yeah, she said she watched. Yeah, that's the name. Yeah, she watched the new black soap operas today called Beyond the Gates. Yeah, I think my mom said she was iffy on it, but we'll see. What's a movie? I guess it's a part two. It's like a two question. What's a movie from whatever? One of your favorite movies. It could be real old, new, whatever. One of your favorite movies. You wish they either did like a part two or they do over with better technology. You know how they come back years later and make the same movie over. I'm gonna go one up the top, and I just thought of this. I got one, and they supposed to have been doing. They keep saying it, and to most people, this may be a corny movie, but for me, you know me, I watch this joint all the time, like Days of Thunder. You know what I'm saying? It's a simple race car movie, but that shit was in the 90s when technology won't like that. So the technology now, they can make it crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I still go, and I done see that movie over 200 times. And if I'm flipping through the tube and it's on, I'm stuck right there.
I can go for that. I ain't gonna say a part two, but I've been waiting for the Boondock Saints part 3 forever. Like that's one of my shits. I would love for them to do a Boondock Saints part 3. As far as a part 2, yeah, that's kind of tough.
Part 2 or a makeover. That's a good question because I'm thinking of something right now, trying to think myself a good old movie.
The thing is, when they redo the movies, they mess them up so much. When they try like Candyman, they totally messed Candyman up. It was political.
Man, that ain't never supposed.
Yeah, so
exactly.
When they do stuff, they mess them up and they don't make it. You know, it I don't know. It just takes the thrill out the original.
Listen, one of my favorite movies ever. When they redid it, when I heard they was redoing it, I say no. When they told me they was coming to America over, I was like, you don't touch that, bruh. You can't touch that. That's something that just perfection. Yeah, Uptown Saturday Night. Yeah, listen. I don't know if they could do a part 2 or they had to do a remake time, but that'll be a. Which one of the ones they redid? What was it? I want the Mac. Which one of the ones that just redid probably like 10 years ago when the boys was in Atlanta and they had on the all white? I can't think of the name of that. It was an old movie they redone. And I seen part of it. I ain't see the whole thing, but I got to go back and watch. Which way is it?
You talking about Shaft? Is it Shaft?
Nah, it was after that.
Let me think.
But the Shaft was all right.
They had the right person do it. Like, I don't think you could have put another black actor to remake it other than Samuel L. Jackson. So yeah, I think they did probably the best job they could have did with it.
Yeah, like she say, sometimes a movie is so much a classic you have to leave it alone. Exactly, like Shaft was good.
No, like I'm gonna tell you, I'm scared to watch that Mufasa shit. Like, stop fucking with the Lion King, yo. That shit wasn't supposed to have a part 2 or 1.5 or a movie version or none of that shit. They supposed to left that shit just like it was, my nigga. They supposed to left that shit just like it was. Like, adding all this goofy shit to the storyline and shit take away from the authenticity of the first one. That shit goofy now. Like, you done turned the Lion, like they had a Lion King TV series. Like, fuck, yo. Like, sometimes
eat off the name.
Yeah, fact.
Listen, but okay, I give you a movie they redone that was years later that was actually pretty good though. When they did Top Gun 2, that was good. That was good.
Yeah, it was.
That was good. I had to think of it. This Gladiator #2. I get it,
I ain't
but it's like
it. I ain't watched it all the way through yet.
Me neither. Me neither. So that's why I was about to say that. But it's like I see I see what they doing. I don't know. Yeah, I seen a little bit in the beginning. I was falling asleep. I caught the end and a couple pieces here and there.
Yeah, they tried to tie it all back together, and you got to really sit down and watch it, or you gonna miss something. So I be moving too much, so I ain't saying it how I need to watch it to know how good it is for real. But kind of like the 300, like there shouldn't have been a second part to Gladiator anyway. Like because
now,
if you got another one. If you got another nigga just as good as Maximus, does Maximus still look like a fucking crazy person now? You see what I'm saying? Like you making it seem like he was just a regular dude, and it's just what we do in Gladiator school. And I don't know about that. Because we shouldn't have had a 300. We shouldn't have had a 300 part 2, because that was just about the 300.
Here's one I don't know where they're going with it, but I know they're gonna fuck it up because the first one was too much of a classic. They're making a number 2 to Apocalypto. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you can't touch that, man. You can't touch that. Like the characters in the movie made that movie. You can't bring back my boy that kept saying almost. You can't bring him back. You know what I'm saying? You can't bring the big chief back. All them dead.
Yeah. They be determined that if they see they can make some money off, they gonna try. Like, man, like if you really think about it, they done tried to remake since our childhood. They done tried to remake Ghostbusters 3 different times, trying to catch that same magic.
I watched one. Boom. Couple months. It was after I got out the accident because I was sitting here and I remember sitting in the same chair and I just like, and I guess I can't remember what it was. Yeah. But you got to remember that certain shit hit different at the time because of the time. It's going to be hard to. Like, okay, Tom said one. In my opinion, I think they could redo this to make a part 2 if the same people going to be, or you can spin it with ATL, with T.I. and them. I think they can spin off that. Good movie because the storyline is just chilling in the hood. It's about your neighborhood, your area. You know what I'm saying? So I think they could spin. I mean, they got a storyline they can spin off about his little brother. Him and Lulu.
Facts. The kid that was gonna go to the big college, now he moving back to the hood because he going through a divorce or some shit. Like one of them odd niggas, the DJ. Yeah, like you could really spin that shit. I can go for that. Like you can spin that shit. One of them odd niggas, the DJ at the little skating spot. Know what I'm saying? Like hell yeah, you could really spin that shit.
Yeah. What about shit like this that was kind of crazy, but we watched where the technology was nowhere neither? Like the first Gremlins, you know what I'm saying? Like, what if they remade that with some better technology with Spike? Would it be watched? Would it be watched these days?
It would look. Well, see, one of the things that I always thought when it came to remakes and shit like that.
They already got a number 2 for ATL. I ain't know that. He said they already got a number 2 for ATL. They're making a number 3.
It's got to be a bad movie. They ain't promoted or none of that shit. It got to be horrible. It got to be horrible. Yeah. Like it got to be horrible. Like think about that shit. But one of the things that I think hurt trying to redo shit after a long time is the fact is the people, especially when the first one is like iconic, is the people who seen the first one, they really judging the second one based off the first one.
The first, yeah.
So a lot of times the second one don't get a real chance in people's minds to be a good movie because you're looking for it to be better than or what the first one was instead of judging it for what it was. Because I'll tell you this, I didn't like Next Friday at first. But after maybe like 5 years of and Friday After Next it came out and then sitting and watching Next Friday, oh shit, that shit hilarious. Like that shit is a decent movie. It's just not what we were accustomed to because of Friday.
Yeah, so they all totally different.
Facts.
They all totally different. Shit, my man went blank. I just had something I was gonna speak on too. Dang. I don't know. I can't get it back. I forgot it was something I was gonna say.
The remake of Color Purple. It was a musical. It was horrible. They
listen,
man, because that should have never hit the screen.
Yeah, I ain't even watched
it. See that, I didn't know it was a musical. So, and I went the first day, and we in there, and I'm like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I wouldn't even go see that shit. I did the same thing to Coming to America though. I won't watch that shit to save my life. Hell no.
I had to watch it to see, and I'm gonna tell you why. I was gonna go to the movies maybe, but by the fact it came out on whatever streaming platform and I had it, so I watched. Now what I didn't watch it the first 2 or 3 days. I don't know why. Something just went live, but then eventually one day I was like, all right, now I'm ready to look at it. Yeah, it was.
How High 2 with DC Young Fly and Lil Yachty or something? I never looking at that shit.
Yeah, I never looked at that. Now, I didn't even waste my time.
I'm never looking at that shit. That's goddamn.
Oh, you saying not ATL? You say we say Apocalypse. Okay. Yeah, I never did. I watch that? I don't think I watched that. Apocalypse. Okay, I thought you were talking about ATL at first. Yeah, The Color Purple. They try to put some of the old shit, but what only thing I can't, even though it's a musical, what I can give them credit for, like the top 4 or 5 scenes in Color Purple, they knew not to touch them. Like they ain't touching. They may sprinkle something to let you remind you of it, but they ain't touch it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, I can't. It was something I had to say about a movie that was good, man, and that's my fault. And listening to you get caught up in wanting to respond to everything. I got something there, and everybody got different time because we all graduated different years, whether it was 2, 3, 4 years. What's I guess you could go with music. Like, what's some music, whether it's an album, song, or whatever, you hear that straight automatically reminds you of high school and those days in high school?
I'm about to say 2 albums, and they couldn't be more different. But going to my senior year, I went to sleep listening to Ready to Die every single night, right? My freshman
a lot of
year,
batteries in the walkers on those. I mean, CD players.
Facts. Going into my freshman year in college, like the only CD they had when I got on campus that I was familiar with was goddamn Kirk Franklin and the Family. And I went to sleep my freshman year at college to Kirk Franklin and the Family for like the whole first semester. So I had either one of them. They literally take me back to 17, 18.
What about you, Toya? If you
Anything, you know me, I'm an R&B head, so like
that's why I
asked. Kelly, those, the 90s R&B was the best, hands down. So anything makes me think about, being on 26th Street with your girls, thinking you a singing group, singing all the songs and stuff, takes you back to a good time.
Mm-hmm. I got so many, and they just bring different periods. That's why she say all R&B. She say Mary J. Blige, My Life. But I got a period. I got this period of time, and I just remember this period of time when I hear this music. It reminded me. I don't know what year I was in high school, but I just remember when my mom found out that us had a gray Astro van to drive a lot. DMX, Big Pun, Noriega, all of them was dropping battle around, and we was running around. That was I can remember that time. And most of them dropped around, most of I can remember it was that one summer, all them joints was out. You know what I'm saying? But also I can remember like the end, I can remember like my senior year. It could be I could have graduated. Nah, probably before I graduated. But I definitely remember like running around at the end, graduating parties. Like, and it wasn't even a huge song of mine. But man, that drag on and do you ever bust your guns down? Right, we make them come. Man, that song got wore out so much. I was just like, yeah, oh. But then the Juvenile, like, and then of course we already know the instant classic, Cash Money taking over for the 99 2000. You know what I'm saying? That just was just good. Like
that shit was Def Comedy Jam to me. That shit was Def Comedy.
Yeah,
Like a lot of that shit that came out the Midwest and shit. Like that shit was literally comedy to me. I ain't know how people like that shit. Like I literally didn't. Like that shit is like, man, I don't know. Maybe because I was a nerd. Like that shit didn't take no intelligence. And people was just saying words. That's you with that badass being's hand. That's you that can't keep an old lady because you keep fucking her friend's hand. You gotta go to co-hunt. Man, you just talking to a nigga on the phone, man. Stop playing with me. Like,
hey, listen, you can't listen, man. You was on, and I remember this because you used to come through the way when you was getting our work and we used to do our thing. You was a heavy, no limit, mystical.
No, that shit was comedy too. Like I listen, like a nigga that I worked with at Food Line put me on to that shit. He really like was on that shit. I used to sit in that nigga car and laugh so much, bro. Like, hey yo, let me hold this CD. And I would just like that shit for like Silk the Shocker, the funniest rapper ever.
Oh man, I don't know how
like
he
that shit. That shit is comedy. Like he sound like his brain moves slower than his mouth. like that shit is comedy.
Yeah, he couldn't stay on beat. He couldn't stay on beat.
I like one nigga from No Limit, and that was Fiend. All the rest of that shit was Def Comedy Jam too. But goddamn it, drop it like it's hot. Wobbity, man. That man not even saying the words. And I'm just a nigga who like rappers.
Y'all remember the Jam Fest concerts every year, man?
Facts.
Them Jones was $1.03, babe.
Yes,
that
sir.
was classic.
Yes, sir. I remember the first one like yesterday. D and them ain't want me to go. They said I was too young. I think that was Kid and Play and everybody was at that first one. I wanted to go bad. Like you say, $1.03. Man, stuff like that, ooh. Man. We had, them shows was every year you looking forward to them classes. But I remember we did start going out, and I remember these days because classic moments because D don't go out much, especially in no club. Man, I don't shoot. I was about to say maybe I only know 2 times he ever went to a club, but we finally got him to go to a couple of concerts. I remember the first concert we all went to together. Me, Marty, Knox, Tom, D. We went to that Jay-Z joint at the amphitheater, Jay-Z and the 50 Cent joint. Man, I say, Lord, we about to go to jail. They all ready to cut up. Oh, man, we had a ball, though, man. Then we had some good shows at the Boathouse. The Boathouse Remember them Jones? Oh man, that's a
Like
whole movie.
Going places with niggas from downtown is why I don't like going outside no more.
Yeah, man. He's had a good time,
You go places
man.
with niggas downtown, something gonna happen. Fuck that, I don't like.
And listen, I can honestly say the several times we all went somewhere together. It almost went down a lot of times, but we never got into nothing when we all was together. It may be somewhere, it was a couple of them together, I don't think I got into nothing with none of them that I can remember offhand, quite sure, but man, the Boathouse used to have some epic shows. 50 Cent in them, seen Fabulous in them, shut that down. Over here, Coliseum, trying to think of something epic that was back over here too. I was gonna speak on, but I took some advice and I didn't. We was gonna speak, we probably let it die down, but we definitely like to talk about this drinking and driving. Like, we gotta tighten up, man, and we gotta start. We always talk about holding people accountable, and I got some people on here that I seen in these lives. A couple of them, they can get mad and they'll tell you, I done took some keys. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, that ain't what we doing. That ain't what we doing. You know what I'm saying? And the sad part about it be a lot of times it don't be the people that's drunk that end up on the worst end of the stick, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when you at a party, shit, this go for everybody, even yourself. You know, I can drive drunk. Nah, that sounds stupid. Stop doing it. That Uber, that Lyft, that $15, that $20, that ain't gonna hurt you, man. Not shit, just on the ticket aspect of it, that $20 Lyft would be way better than what you're gonna get on that ticket aspect of the drinking and driving. You know what I'm saying? But these are the same people that hit you with their woke and they doing all this and they for the like we can't do that. Okay, you say you had a beer. Can you pass the breath test with just a beer? I don't know. I don't really drink so no more. So, but if you've been in the bar and you done had 3-4 beers, 2-3 shots, why you driving? If you know you going there to have that, why you driving there? You got to drive back if you drive there. Listen, there's so many people I pick up that I respect that call a Lyft with plenty of cars in the driveway that could drive, and they go to a bar that's 10 minutes up the street, and I'd be like, man, what's wrong with your cars? But this before I know, they'd be like, nah, I know I'm about to go have me several drinks, and I'm gonna be right. Smart. You know what I'm saying? That's what the service there.
So one of my flag football guys, and if you watching, shout out my nigga, I ain't gonna use your name and shit, but this your story. Like, this what you told me. We had a conversation about it because he was at us with nationals this year, and he was like, man, I'm so excited because I missed last year. Well, why you missed last year? Because I caught my 4th DUI in 2 years. So they locked me up for 18 months, right? And like doing all the talking, I'm like, 4 in 2 years, you knew you was gonna go to prison. Like, first one, second one, the third one, when that man said he was gonna send you to prison, you ain't say, oh shit, let me stop playing with these people, right? And that nigga said, and I quote, man, it ain't fun drinking at home and I gotta go home. It ain't fun drinking at home. Like, I guess his lady don't drink. So he'll just be a drunk ass nigga at the crib by himself. So he gotta go out to drink, but then he has to go home. And that's why he had 4 of them. Now his lady take him everywhere. But to the point they work the same job together because she take them everywhere. But he court for her because I like to drink. I don't like drinking at home, but I have to go home. And
guess what? When you go to jail, you can't drink in there.
So somebody once said to me, the difference in alcoholic. A nigga told me the difference. A nigga once told me the difference between an alcoholic and a drunk is an alcoholic can't afford to go to jail because he need to still drink, so he ain't driving.
Hey, listen, I can't say nothing. I can't say nothing to it because he making a smart decision by not driving. So no, I ain't gonna touch it.
I didn't realize until my 30s that there was a difference between a person who smoked crack and a crackhead. Like, I didn't understand that at first. Like when we was kids, everybody who did crack was a crackhead, period. And I was in my 30s when I met somebody who worked all week at the shipyard and he just got high on Saturday and Sunday and don't call my phone, don't come by my house during the week because I got to go to work and this shit ain't going to fuck my job up. But when he had extra money on the weekend, he spent every goddamn dollar getting high. Oh shit, he just smoked crack.
I met a dude and he was a little older than me, full blown, as you say, crackhead, on a fiend. You would have never knew it. He listen, he was certified electrician, certified HVAC, all that. He worked, made good money. But he gonna get high every day of the week. What he do is he say, listen, my wife can never complain. With the money I make, she don't pay no bills or do nothing. I give her the whole check. Every one of my checks. You take care of the house, you don't work, you do nothing. My side work, when somebody want to do something, fix this air conditioning, do some electricity, or do this, or I pick up scrap junk, that's the money I do for the side to get high with. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if I blow all of it. I make $3,000 this week and I smoke $3,000. Ain't got nothing to say because the house took care of. We got plenty of money in the house. I don't touch the money in those accounts. And I was just like, man.
Makes sense.
Like, yeah, he, you know. That was his strategy. That's how he functioned. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. We got to get together. I want to do a good show Tuesday to close out season 2. I don't know what well, I guess we had to work on that the marriage one. I guess that'll be a closeout for the season. For my people.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Cause that could go into still wanted to get on talk about blended families and roles you take on when you get married, like because the shit that got to be done when you married with kids and etc. Is it such thing that this got to be a man job to do this, or this got to be a woman job, or this shit got to get done? You know what I'm saying? When we're a team, well, I'm gonna go too far into the show. Some shit just got to get done. You know what I'm saying?
No, listen, bro. I think the biggest thing, and I ain't gonna go too far, with black relationships is everybody want their shit to look like what we think is the perfect relationship, instead of sitting down and analyzing these two people and what worked for us. My nigga, like, I promise you, nigga, the reason I'm getting married is because it's what worked for us. I swear to God, man, if we tried to sit down and explain this shit to people, people would be like, what the fuck? But I had spent enough time by myself. And she had spent enough time with herself where we really, like, I understand who I am and what I want, what I will and won't put up with, what I'm willing to do. Like, I really understand that. She the same way. So we can sit down and have conversations and figure this shit out. And we don't care what it looked like to nobody but us. Like, literally nobody but us. We went on our honeymoon 2 months before we getting married. I know people think that's fucking crazy. I don't give a fuck, bitch. I was going to Florida and I wanted to take her with me anyway, because I like being around her motherfucking ass. Why wouldn't I take her? And since we spending this money, let's go have some motherfucking fun. The people we are not gonna just go to Florida to be going to Florida and spending money. I was already going. Let's turn it into a honeymoon. We might not have had a honeymoon if we didn't take that opportunity. And we ain't gonna look at it goofy like, well, it's early. People don't do that. Fuck that. Everything about us has been different. We don't mind it being different. Fuck y'all. And like that's the biggest thing. Like people ask people, like you asking relationship advice from people who want to see you fail, from people who not happy, from people who ain't had one successful relationship in their whole goddamn life, whether it's friendship, family ship, none of that shit. Why are you taking advice from that person? Nah, man, let me talk to some people who've been down for each other 25 years.
My pastor used to always say, if you want to know how to keep your marriage, talk to married people. Don't talk to people who never been married because they don't know what to tell you. If you want to know how to hold a relationship, talk to people that are in a relationship. Don't talk to somebody that's single because they're not going to know what to tell you.
Exactly. And then some people just don't, you know, when you make certain changes, when you make certain moves, certain things got to change or give up or gain certain things. And certain people just don't realize when you start into these relationships, and not saying you can't have fun, but a lot of those streets and buck wild running, and you got to get some things up, slow them down, change it. But hey, man, to each his own. Like, I just seen, and it's just funny. I say this off subject, but I watched this joint come a skit, not a skit. I guess it's supposed to be a video. The dude catches his wife in the room with his boy. I guess he's supposed to set her up or whatever the situation may be. But she's selling the cat. She's selling the cat to the homeboy for the 60 bread. He catch her. The whole night they go outside, they talking. He's still with the girl. That's all I can say. You know what I'm saying? To me, I just thought that was a little too much. Like, and you could tell from the video, this ain't nothing new. This what she been doing. So that was just a little too much, as they say. But I forgot. Listen, man. So let me go ahead and shout out my let's see if we got them up here. Shout out our business that we're gonna shout out for the day. All righty, got it up right here. So if you're in the 757, we have our business called Rock on the Beat Nails and Makeup by Racinda. She does nails. Excuse me. She do nails at S&J Salon, S&J Hair and Nail Salon, 3016 West Mercury Boulevard, and Virginia 23666. As you can see, she have her phone number up there, 706 number. She has an Instagram. She has a Facebook. I met her today. I went to go put my dogs in her hands, and these the worst my dogs ever been. And she ain't had no problem. She went to work on, got me feeling good, got me right. So we want to give her a little shout out for her business. And very cool. Talk to you. Pleasant, great time. And it wasn't no rush job to get you in and out to get your money. She does makeup in the whole nine. So, that's our business. We want to shout out for the day. I had somebody else up there, and I don't see their cards. But once again, if you're always in the neighborhood, shout out somebody else. You're always in the neighborhood for any type of custom apparels. You can get with Visual Creations, custom t-shirts, hoodies, cups, glass, designer clothes, shoes, purses, and accessories. 757-632-7820. They have a Facebook, Visual Creations, LLC. Today, that's all I just wanted to get on. Like I said, I wasn't going to get on today, actually. I was running around out in the streets and I kept hearing somebody call me and I stopped and I seen Darren. So, Darren, if you see this, man, love you, man. Stay home, tighten up, man. We got to get back right. Like you said, man, we got to get you back on the right path, man. You could do it, man. You could do it.
Yeah,
Be a
man.
little work, but you could do it.
Yeah. Love you, man. Love you, man.
Yeah. So listen, I was on the way. It's crazy because I was on the way to an event. He was calling. I was on the phone with Pete. He called him. I'm going down P Street. He called me. So I pull over to talk to him. Pete come outside. We talking. Shit, we was out there for about almost 2 hours. If Tom wouldn't have called me, shit, I would have been out there and missed the whole show because I wasn't gonna go live. I had some other things to take care of. But like I said, man, I want to get back into the interviews. I know I got a couple people I'm supposed to interview. I think I'm gonna run. I think we're gonna do our interviews. We're still gonna go live on Tuesdays. I think I'm gonna do the interview section where we're gonna start interviewing and get some editing. So listen, man, we're trying to grow this podcast. So if you like to be a part of it, if you can do editing, you know how to make video clips, you know how to do backdrops, you know more about podcasting. Anything you could do to help this podcast, you want to be a part of it. We're looking for help. You can inbox me, do whatever. I really want to take this podcast and do more interview style editing. I'm still gonna do my live streaming. I like the live streaming to talk to the people, to interact with the people. So we ain't gonna never change that. So you got something you want to talk about and say before we're about to get off here?
No, just let me know. What's going on for next Tuesday, and I'll be there.
Got you. Also, I want to do. I seriously want to do this episode. We talk about mental health and shit like that. And I got a couple of guys. This probably gonna be the hardest episode to get people on when we tell them what it's about. But I want to talk about these guys that come from the military and then get released. I ain't saying released like jail, but released back to this regular society as a regular civilian. I got
four people right now who take meds or are full they were discharged and gave full disability for their mental because of what they had to endure while they were in there. And I'm pretty sure all four of them would love to be on that show. And you want to know what the saddest part of it is? Most of them, if they had the chance to do it again, they would. They love the military. They love the military. They hate the part of the military after they got out the military.
Yeah, because they don't care about they don't care about you no more, and they ain't gonna take care of you as they was if you was in there. That's the part they hate. They treat you like some shit. But they're gonna love it because it's just like, you love the football team, the camaraderie, with your brothers, you done put in work, you done blood, sweat, and tears. Man, they put you through a lot. So you go through it, and it's like once you make it and you've been in it, you made it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like joining the game, football team, like trying out for basketball team, and you make it. You know what I'm saying? Even though you coach some shit, you still gonna love that team. You know what I mean? And then a lot of them it changed their lives. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Gave them some discipline, some structure, some money. You know what I'm saying? Let's not forget that part.
No, because that's one of the things I try to preach to my mentees. If you don't know what you want out of life, if you don't know what the hell you got going on, you just trying to survive day to day. I know a place that you're gonna survive for at least 8 weeks, and it'll put some structure in your life. Man, going basic. And even if you just sign up for 2 years of military after you come out of basic, bro, it'll give you a whole different perspective on life. And who knows, you might like that military shit and be able to retire from it.
Listen,
Because if somebody would have explained to me I could go in at 18, be retired at 38 from it, man, it might have been a different conversation for me.
You just took the words right out of my mouth. Like, and me and D was just talking about this. Like, I know, a buddy of mine that, like you said, dad went in 18, retired 38, went to the post office, retired, and
58.
Yeah, he doing something else, and she was just like, listen, with the money daddy get off of just from the military retirement, he don't need to do nothing. Then he got that retirement, and he's still working. You know what I'm saying? Same house they grew up in, same. I say, so the houses and everything been paid for, but he probably feel he ain't no need for him to slow down. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people get like that. They feel like when they slow down, that's when they lay down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For the long one.
I can go for that. I felt like that about Joe Paterno. The moment they fired him from Penn State, I said that bitch ain't gonna last a week.
I said the same shit. I said, man, coaching is all he know. And listen, I always say the day he stopped coaching, he ain't gonna make it a year. But like you said, I said the way they doing it for him to stop coaching, he done fast. He too old. He talking about 60 years of doing.
He ain't got no purpose to get up no more. He ain't got no purpose to get up no more.
And they take that from him.
And one thing I know about people at that age, and once they get sick and shit like that, when they start deciding they don't want to get up no more, they ain't gonna be here too much longer.
Yeah. Whenever they just tired, they just say I'm tired. You hear them words, man. That fight is going up. But once again, Mike, Toya, I thank y'all for coming on, man. Like I said, last minute. And we just want to chop it up to my viewers out there, Tom, D,
hey baby.
Vay. All right, what's her name? What is it, Mike? Vay, VA, what is it?
Vader.
Okay, Vay. Okay, I just want to make sure I say it right. Vay. Who else is on here? Vonda. One sure again. Hey, listen. Also, we pay attention to everything. I was waiting to us to get to a few more viewers and supporters. But we're gonna start doing stuff for y'all in the comments. To those that be active and stuff. We're gonna start doing drawings live, giving away certain things. We're trying to do stuff to make it fun, man, to keep everybody entertained. So all that's coming soon. I got a lot I want to do, man. Just give me time. We're gonna get there. Whether I got 1 or 100 viewers, we're gonna be doing it. So I'm gonna go ahead and end it for the night like we always do with our saying. May the wind always be at your back and the sun always upon your face. And may the wings of destiny carry you aloft to dance with the stars. Until next time, keep listening with pleasure. We will see y'all.
2 fingers. Peace out. Oh shit. That's